Alright guys, welcome back to my second playthrough of Forest Village. I wasn't happy with the quality of the previous one, so I decided to remake it entirely whilst showing off the same expansion mentality. I'm gonna try to make this one a lot more action-packed, like... One man had nothing but his bow and his wits to survive the... Nah, I'm just messing, I'll be going for the same kind of map as I did last time. Harsh climate, normal size, we're gonna be going with the name of Randomania, and we're gonna be following the same rules as I did last time. Which means that I'll be focusing on the 4 essential resources such as food, clothes, tools, and firewood. As soon as we jump into the game, we'll notice the one person that does not have a house. I would build a house for them immediately. I'm just having a quick look around and it looks okay. We won't need that much terraforming in the early stages at least. I was thinking about getting a house, but then I kind of backed out of it, thinking that I should get the food production started off first. So I'm gonna change my mind and I'll actually be going for the field first. I'm gonna be making it for 4 people. When you put on a field with 4 people, it's gonna generate about 2,000 of that resource, which in this case, it'll be potatoes. Make it this big, and there we go. Don't forget to open up your professions tab just so you can control where everyone is going and what they're doing. We're gonna need some builders on that, so we're gonna assign some builders over there. Laborers and builders together will be carrying the resources necessary over there. If we have a very quick look at the resources, we're doing fine on everything right now. We don't need warm clothes yet, but we will, so we'll be getting that later on though. Now that I have food going on, I'll just be adding the house that I mentioned. I'll be going for a shack right now, but I will look at expanding quite soon. Alright. People are moving about their business. Alright, so after we assign the farmers over to be making potato, we should be all good to go for this year at least. This shack is going to be soon built. I'm just going to prioritize it just to be on the safe side. And once we have that shack built up, the homeless person will no longer be homeless. And we're going to have some room to grow into. The thing is about these small houses, about the shacks, is that they have a low pregnancy rate, as the tooltip says itself. So I wouldn't be relying on them to expand my population. Right now we have 3 teenagers and 1 baby. I'd like to have a few more babies by the end of this year. Either way, I'll be adding fish just to have an additional type of food that can be provided over to the villagers. That's just because the more types of food I have, the lesser of a chance for them to get ill. I haven't yet encountered a disease or a plague or anything of the sort, but I imagine it's quite a bother to get rid of it. So because of that, I just try to offer as many foods as I can to the villagers. Alright. Fisherman's lodge are being built right now. Farm is already being worked on. Resources are being gathered. We only have the 1 worker top left, if you can see. And even though there's only 1, that doesn't mean that the construction won't be complete. It just means it'll take a bit longer, which is no problem at all. Right now that the shack is finished, I can actually take off the worker, which I'm apparently not doing. There we go, I did it. Alright. The thing is, there's not that much to do in the first year. You just assign some resources to be gathered, make sure you have the 4 people working on the farm, and after that it's a matter of just watching them work. Because you have so few adults, it's actually quite hard to gather a lot of resources and be able to produce food at the same time. It's really nice to be redundant because then you don't have to worry about it while expanding. The autosave, lovely feature. I tried to turn it off, but I actually couldn't, so I just left it this way. Boom! Through the power of editing. I haven't done much, I've only skipped it over a few months. I would have built the Lumberjack's Lodge in the meantime. I'm not that concerned about firewood during the winter, but just because I'm playing on a harsh environment, the temperature can drop down to minus 20 degrees. And from what I've noticed so far, the lower the temperature is, the higher the usage of firewood during the winter. Based on that, I'm just going to be cautious about it and build it ahead. I'm also building this small field here because I want to be adding flax to my overall inventory. I want to have flax because I need flax and hides in order to make clothing. Again, same principle. I wouldn't necessarily need it because I'm going to be harvesting close to my village. But if it does drop down to minus 20 or less, I do want the villagers to have the ability to go far, and they can do that only if they actually have clothes on them. If they don't, they'll simply lose health over time. Alright, we're shaping up nicely for the first half of the year. I'd say this will mostly be it. I might just build a weaver's workshop, but not really sure about that. We'll just see how it goes. I just love the homey feeling that you get from the game, like just staying above, watching your villagers work, it's just so pleasing. It's a very comfy aspect that I enjoy of throughout games like this. Alright, the villagers started to work there. We still have a few more resources that are assigned to be collected, so no worries there. We do have the one labor right now, just because we have the 5 people on food. So 4 villagers on the potato farm and 1 villager on the flax farm. It just means that we only have the 1 extra pair of hands that can help out. We currently have 6 adults. Pretty soon though, we should have a few teenagers which will grow up and they'll be able to help out. I don't have any people assigned to the fishing lodge just because I still have 627 fish and I can't be bothered. We'll just be watching this as it plays out. Again, not that much to do now. Boom! Didn't want to scare you guys again. I've already ordered another house to be built, and other than that, the only thing that I might need is going to be hides. So we're just going to be skipping quickly as I manually gather them. And I'm doing that just because I don't want to build a hunter set as of yet. So that's why I just prefer to get a few manually. I'll be getting some more later on, but this will do for now. And that's about it, guys, for this year. We have already reached below 0 temperatures. That means that all of the farmers can be taken away. I have moved everyone to collecting. Right now, I just want to point out that I will assign 1 person to the Lumberjacks Lodge. And I have also set the resource limit down to 1,000, just to be that it's not even necessary, because you should always keep an eye on the amount of firewood that you actually have at your disposal. Other than that, as you can see for this year, the only thing that I would have built would have been a 4-people farm, a 1-person farm, a weaver's workshop, a fishing lodge, and a lumberjack's lodge. That would be about it, and that would be sufficient. From the amount of potatoes that we've grown, we have 1,800 right now. That is more than sufficient for 10 people, which we currently have. Still no babies yet, but we're going to be adding houses pretty soon. Right now, I literally just want to be focusing on resource collection, and during the spring of New Year, that's when I'll be adding more stuff. And that'd be it for this episode, guys. I'll leave you to it. I hope you have a very nice day in the meantime, and I'll see you in the next episode.